I built a web app that predicts Premier League results. It's my prized possession, and to prove its worth, I'm going to be betting on the results it gives me every single match week, as well as placing a juicy 10-match accumulator bet known as the Golden Guess. Join me on this expedition of riches and wealth as we head right into the next round. Well, hey, our drought is over. We got one right, finally. We got Arsenal 2, Brentford 1. Saka got a late goal to get us that bet. We only won £8, but £8 is better than losing all 11. And to be honest, I've lost so many in a row now that I just don't care at this point. I'm more intrigued to see the season through as opposed to win the money. Basically, the idea of getting any profit at this point might be well far out of reach. We'll have to wait and see. There was a couple of other close ones. We had, obviously, West Ham 1-0, and that ended up 1-1. And also, the high-scoring match of Man United and Leeds for 3-3 ended up 4-2, so it wasn't that far of a guess, realistically. We did alright. What do we have next week? Let's see. Well, looking at the simulator, there's a couple of games that aren't on. I think the Chelsea-Leicester game is postponed, and the Arsenal-Liverpool game is postponed. But other than that, the rest are playing. For the sake of the simulation, though, they all play at the same time, as we need to know what's going on. So if you remember from last week, we have Tottenham still 10 points ahead after they drew with City. And I mentioned it's more likely to be a battle for, the Champions League spots here, which should be pretty interesting. And of course, we've got somewhat of a relegation battle. Between Burnley and Norwich, we've got a bit of a relegation battle there. 12 match weeks to go, and we see no hesitation to play the next one. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. So in the match that hasn't occurred, Arsenal have won 3-1 against Liverpool. Once that's been postponed, we'll look into that. Brentford have won 1-0 against Newcastle. That is a big win for Brentford there. That is huge. That's a relegation battle. Brighton have beat Villa 2-1. Finally, they've not got themselves a draw. Chelsea have beaten Leicester 2-1, another game that obviously isn't occurring. Crystal Palace have beaten Burnley 1-0. Everton have lost to Man City at home 2-1. Leeds have drawn with Tottenham 2-2. Yes, the title leaders are finally dropping points, and it's to Leeds. Thank you very much. Man United have won 1-0 at Watford. Southampton have won 2-0 at Norwich. And another 2-0 win, West Ham versus Wolves. Let's see how our table shapes up after that. The gap has closed somewhat. It's no longer 10. We're now at 8 points. It's not that I don't want Tottenham to win. It's just that I want a close battle, realistically. After being in 5th for so long, Man United finally move up into the Champions League positions. Liverpool drop down to 5th. Leicester remain in 6th. With Man City and Chelsea in 2nd and 3rd respectively. Going down, not much changes after that Brentford win, but it does close the gap and make that a bit more tense. We've got Newcastle, Brentford and Norwich going down. The point gap between them is so small, especially with Wolves again on the same amount of points. That is going to be one to watch for the rest of this season. So not many high odds this week, but our highest overall was Leeds 2, Tottenham 2, and that is at 14-1. And our golden guess accumulator isn't that big this week, actually. It's only 87,420. Nice. So, thank you very much for watching. Stick around to see how this simulator does, because we are so close to the end now. It'll be very fun to see if Tottenham get knocked off that pole position. That would be interesting indeed. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a lovely evening.